karibuni. My name is Jackie Wangare. I'm the host of 9 to 5 with Wangare, where we talk everything workplace, that is the 9 to 5. We talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the purpose of this platform is just to share insights, learning, knowledge about everything 9 to 5, and also sometimes have a good laugh. And excited to have you on. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share. Thank you. Today I'm really excited. I have a really exciting guest coming. She's the real OG, the reason I am here on this earth. Someone I really respect in terms of career, because I've seen her and I've grown up to see her be a very successful career to the point of a CEO. And that's not only my mother. Her name's Nido. I call her Nido. We also call her Shosho. We also call her Araji. But her full name is Rose Modhoni Githaiga. So welcome to 9 to 5 with Wangare. Thanks for being here. So, Mom, tell us about you.
Well, my name, as you have rightly put it, I'm Rose Modhoni Githaiga. I'm a Araji. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. And I'm a grandmother.
Yes.
And a retired insurance executive.
Awesome.
By profession, I read law at the University of Nairobi.
Yeah, and also, I forget that you're a lawyer. Yeah. Cool. So where did you study? Let's take us back. Let's do a flashback. Where did you study?
I went to school, my high school, I went to the famous. Bishop Gatimo Girls.
Wow.
That's Gadu Girls.
Gadu, yeah.
And from there, I did my A-levels at Moi Girls. That time it was Highlands Girls.
Yeah.
And then I joined the university to study law.
Okay, cool.
For my professional qualifications, I went to the School of Law and attained a diploma in law.
Yeah.
And during the course of my employment, I did a professional courses related to insurance.
Yeah.
And I got an international, I'm a chartered international insurer.
Cool.
United Kingdom.
Awesome. So why did you not practice law? How come you got into insurance instead? Was it something you were passionate about?
It's very interesting. During my dissertation at the university, I did a research on insurance operations and the estate agency in Kenya. I got to meet senior people involved in insurance, and kind of I developed interest in that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's transition back when you finished your university and your first job. How was it? I'm just really interested to know how your first job was, where it was, what you were doing, and like how long you worked there for.
My first job was very interesting. We were engaged 4 law graduates. I worked with Jubilee Insurance Company.
Awesome.
And the job description was different from what really we did.
Oh my gosh.
We kind of enjoyed it because we knew our career path.
Yeah.
The 4 of us were filing clerks.
Filing clerks. Okay.
As lawyers, advocates of the High Court of Kenya.
You were filing clerks.
We didn't mind.
Yeah.
We learned a lot. And you can imagine 4 lawyers in a filing room.
Yeah.
And we would just enjoy.
Yeah.
It was very frustrating, but we knew we were just starting a career path in insurance.
Awesome. I mean, that's very interesting because I think a lot of young people, if they're a lawyer, like I can't imagine someone graduating from law now and being told to do filing. Yeah. They'd be like, that is not me, I'm entitled to be an associate. I mean, I don't know what the terms are, but like, how would you advise them? I know how you said you are very strategic. Yeah. You're like, I know my career path, I have to start from somewhere.
Well, for some reason is patience.
Patience, yeah.
And that is lacking in today's working environment.
Yeah.
People want to leave a university and become CEO 6 months down the line.
Yeah.
For us, we knew it was not possible.
Yeah.
And we used to make fun, and we'd really say, don't worry, in 2 years,
you'll see us.
You'll see us. And it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Because the 4 of us ended up being CEOs wherever they went.
That's beautiful.
And we even share today how we used to enjoy doing the filing.
Yeah.
And what is interesting, at one point I remember one of us asked the CEO, can we come dressed in kind of dust coats? And we were told, no.
Dress in a suit.
You dress in a suit. And we did exactly that.
I think they always say dress for the job you want. If you want to be a CEO, dress for that job. Oh, cool. That was still back then. So you started there as a file clerk. For how many years were you? So 2 years.
I worked there for 2
And
years.
then after that, where
I
did you
said, no, I'm tired of filing. And we started looking for jobs.
Yeah.
And our jobs were easy. We were interviewed by the job agents.
Oh, yeah, job agent.
So I know then I was interviewed by Hawkins and Associates.
Yeah.
And it was not really a senior job.
Yeah.
I joined in Sun Alliance, which was an international company there,
Yeah.
ran by expatriates. And we were 20 of us for the job. I got it.
Awesome. Cool.
And I didn't regret having done the filing. Of course, we were not just filing, we were reading files.
Yeah.
We know exactly what we wanted to extract from those files, not just putting them in place.
So learning, even though it's not something you enjoy.
And exchanging ideas. And insurance being more of liability, we concentrated on filing the claims files where we could lead judgments, and so it became very interesting. But
you can apply that to your
yes, so even by the time I joined the other place, I was put immediately in claims. I wasn't new to
you already.
yeah.
So how were you when you're in Sun Alliance? How was that? How long were you there? What was it like?
I joined Sun Alliance in 1980 and left in
I wasn't even born.
Yeah, and I left in 2003.
Wow.
Interesting.
23 years.
Yeah, interesting enough. In fact, I was looking at my CV sometimes back. I was just filing my documents, and I used to get promotion every 2 years.
Every 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow. So how was this? How did you get the promotions? Did you ask for them? Was it just based on your performance?
It's my performance.
Wow.
I'm not at the risk of sounding like I'm bragging, but I really liked my job.
Yeah, and you excelled in it.
I liked it, I enjoyed it. And the appraisals were genuine.
Genuine. Oh.
Genuine appraisals.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, and the staff also, they knew the competition was very stiff then.
So you had to really...
You had to really work and deliver and prove that you can do it.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that. I mean, I wanted to ask you about like, how's the workplace? How's the environment? Because I think you've seen me talk about, and you know my experiences with work toxicity. How was the workplace? How was the culture? Was it a good place? It sounds like you really were able to grow. So yeah, just let's talk about that a bit.
Okay, allow me maybe to compare the current work environment and culture as our time. Our time, we didn't have the open plan kind of management.
What is open plan management?
Open plan office.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ours, the minute you became a manager, you have an office and you are secretary.
Oh, nice.
In a room.
In a room, yeah.
That already gives you authority. And anybody wanting to see you is appointment through the secretary.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it was kind of too bureaucratic.
Yeah.
I'm still doing my consultancy and working with very young people.
Yeah.
And I find, allow me to say, my observation, people are so relaxed.
Free, yeah.
So free to the point, and that's my judgment, sometimes things are taken superficially.
Yeah.
You talk to a worker in the morning and they tell you, I'll give you a report by noon. You call back, I'm sorry, Rose, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, that's
During my time, there was no question of telling a client
that you forgot.
Because it was really emphasized, especially for those working for private companies, that you are working for an investor.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of difference. You are not in a civil servant office or public office.
You're here to make the investor money.
I have employed you to make money, and that's the only reason I have you in this office.
Okay.
In fact, I remember I had a CEO who used to tell us, we are in a moving train. When your destination comes, you can't cope with the pressure please alight.
Oh, wow.
So that was, so there was no pebelezering, Lily.
Okay. Do you think we've become a bit too soft?
Yeah, you are too soft, and again, you need to have some demarcation, you know, management staff. You are too, no, you need to draw some lines.
Yeah, okay.
And that's why you are having a lot of turnaround is too high.
Yeah.
People have no time, you know, the minute you give somebody a warning, it's like they start looking for jobs.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me the other day, you'll be surprised, Rose, somebody will call you and tell you, I have resigned, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. It will never have happened.
In your days?
No, you felt obliged.
Yeah, you had...
You know, you get me? That ownership,
Yeah.
professionalism. In any case, if I'm moving from Sun Alliance, I'm going to UAP, there are 45 insurance companies. You need to leave a name.
A good name, yeah.
So people were very careful. And the difference also I see it is we worked at a very strict, structured programs that you are either with it or not. I find a bit of, I know I have been fighting with the CEO where I'm doing my insurance consultancy, because I ask them, what's happening? Somebody tells you tomorrow I forgot, the next day, what do you owe to this staff?
Yeah.
And he says, you know, Rose, the turnaround is so high, we want to keep them. I said, there are so many people out there who want jobs.
Yeah.
The minute you saw somebody that you can't be gotten rid of, the more reason they all relax.
So just to back up my generation, I think like if I worked in an organization that gave me a promotion every 2 years, I would work hard for that organization, because I know if I work hard and the process is quite fair, I would definitely work hard. I don't know if these days many organizations do that. So maybe that's why there's just a lack of ownership or accountability or feeling I am with these people along this mission. Another question that I wanted to touch on that we were having just before this is, I grew up, you're my mother. I grew up in an environment where we were taught to be kind. You know, like be kind to your friends, even my friends. We're all really good to each other. But I think you go into the workplace and you realize people have different backgrounds. Maybe they were not taught how to be kind or how to share or how to be polite. What's your take on that? Like, especially like back in your days, were people, because I know you were very strict and a disciplinarian, and we had rules that we had to, and that has grounded me as a person. So yeah, how was the workplace then?
Discipline was there, if I get your question right.
Yeah.
But the issue of being kind, human beings will remain the same. It doesn't matter what generation.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how good you have been brought up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes what you come across sometimes changes you.
Yeah.
You may find a very hostile environment.
And then you change.
How do you react? Do you just...
Yeah.
You don't do that. So again, it depends with the environment and you as a person. How do you deal with the issues?
Okay.
Because what I notice at workplace, there are people who are pleasers.
Yeah.
They want the boss to be happy, but they don't deliver.
Yeah.
They are
so they were there back in your day?
Of course.
Okay.
There are people who speak their mind.
Okay.
And they are always...
They were there back in the days too?
I'm one of them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because before, I remember before I got retrenched after 23 years, simply because I was promoted to a deputy MD, I remember I wanted to go for your brother's graduation.
Oh, yeah.
I had just been promoted and my MD told me, actually you can take all your leave, even unpaid leave. I asked him, are you serious? I've just been promoted to deputy and you want me to take my leave, even unpaid leave, so you didn't need me. Why did you do this? Yeah. And he immediately told me, you know what? You lawyers read too much between the lines. why are you reading things? Why are you imagining things? I said, okay, I'll take leave. But before I did it, I booked an appointment with the chairman, the owner of the company. And I asked him, why was I promoted?
Yeah.
I thought you want me to deliver. And he said, ask your boss.
Wow.
He has told me you can take all your days.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
Yeah. Yes.
So it was there. It's nothing that has changed. Competition is so stiff. And my boss was from the old school,
Yeah.
where really it was not the academic qualifications. It is the skills on the job. That's how he claimed. These are people who have both skills, profession, academic, and being a woman.
Okay.
Definitely, my problem started from there.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, I also want to just talk to that. I mean, you're my mom. We have 5 kids. I don't know how you managed to bring 5 kids, rise to a CEO position, how you juggled all of that. And I know we were all in day schools, by the way. Yes. Traveling, and you were still able to achieve. Like, how was the rise to the CEO being a family woman? And I never felt like my mother was never available for me. I always felt you were always there if I needed something or guidance. So yeah, let's just talk about that.
One thing I think I'm grateful, and I don't want to be taken wrong. I worked for international companies. The CEOs were expatriates.
Yeah.
One thing, they were very impressed. A professional working mother with children.
Yeah.
They just couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
And at one point they said, how you have 5 kids?
Yeah.
I remember when I was expecting your last born sister, Anne-Marie, the MD called me and said, I want to see you at 2 p.m. And the minute I entered his office, he told me, congratulations. I asked him, Mr. Brigg, have you promoted me? He said, no, I can see there's another one on the way.
Yeah.
Do you realize you are at your level, you are a member of the company, and when you make personal decisions, you should involve us? I just laughed it all.
What?
I said, Mr. Brigg, with respect, we are Africans. I can't even discuss those things with you. And he said, Rose, you are right. In fact, the general manager told me, as an African, I can't talk to somebody's wife to ask her, why are you getting children?
Yeah.
So it was not easy.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, they understood. And I was told, we are not going to call a meeting at 5. There were no meetings at 5.
Really?
Rose, those,
that.
in fact, the MD, he was British. He would say, those with the turtles, please go and pick your turtles.
I mean, the workplace has changed because usually, like, if you say that, you're looked at like, can you arrange yourself? Get someone to pick your children. You're like, no. Me, I was picked up from school every day without fail. I was never number. I was picked up, and I want to do the same for the kids.
I would say our time, we really had very structured working programs. Meetings, compared to today, as I said, I worked up to 205 compared with 1980. So I'm kind of within the 21st century working environment.
You know about Zoom meetings?
It is true. It seems today, I don't know whether that's the way to do things. There are too many meetings.
Yeah, I agree.
Too many meetings. And I ask, like, you try to get to talk to somebody in where I do my consultants, from 9 meetings the whole day.
Yeah.
Morning. And I ask them sometimes, when do you actually work?
Yeah.
When do you sit down to strategize?
So usually they work after their meetings, so it's after work, which is not really a good work-life
It
balance.
is true. Some of them tell me, I'll leave the office at midnight. I remember one lady told me, I said, and your mother?
Yeah.
You leave the office at midnight and you have a 3-year-old?
Yeah.
She said, what do I do? During the day, there are too many meetings. Ourselves, to have a meeting is a prepared meeting.
Yeah, with an agenda.
With an agenda, departmental reports, so that when you go, it's bang, 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 you finish.
Yeah.
These days, I think you people, I wonder when do you sit to work, to strategize?
Yeah.
Because as a manager, really, it's not meetings.
Yeah.
And that's where sometimes people get into each other's nerves.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because some people are very sensitive.
Yeah.
You are reporting at department, you are working together. But if people sat down to work, consult each other without meetings, internal meetings, things flow better.
Yeah, you're actually talking about like one of the ways of working, which is very much adopted in like the tech space, which is agile ways of working. But anyway, it's good to see how you've kind of, that way of working was there from way back. And then I just also wanted to ask you, I mean, did you have anything else to add to that?
No, I just wonder how you people manage to work with the meetings from throughout the day, Lily.
So for me, I guess my answer is I'm very intentional about my meetings. I have my morning times are really my focus time. That's when I can really work well, and I don't have to be at every meeting. Yeah? So it's really being intentional and asking people, as you said, what is the agenda of this meeting? What is the outcome? And do I need to be there? So it's just about being very clear about that. So I just want to touch on this, women in the workforce. In your time, did women support each other, women in the corporate space? Did we want to see each other grow? Like, how was it then?
I must say our time it was very difficult. We were very few women, and as such the competition was very stiff.
Yeah.
And at management level, they were mostly maybe graduates from the university, so everybody is trying to build up a career.
Yeah.
So I would say for me, I didn't get support from the female counterparts.
Yeah, so they're just doing their own
Yeah,
thing.
they felt, this is a lawyer. What do lawyers have to do in learning institutions?
Yeah.
You are having your counterparts, female, as financial controllers, and they think they are the best.
Yeah.
They can interpret budgets, they can work out whatever it is, and they were wondering, how does a lawyer do it?
Yeah, interesting.
You get me?
Yeah.
So there wasn't really support from the film, but the men somehow appreciated. Actually, the way you carried yourself professionally, you got the thing we did ourselves and really emphasized on it is how you carry yourself.
Full stop. I mean,
and it works. You are firm, you know what you are talking about.
Yeah.
I remember people used to say, Mrs. Githaiga, you are very grey. I said, what do you mean? Your social life, your private life, nobody knows how you live. I said, we come here to work. We are really colleagues. We are not really friends as such. You have come here for a purpose.
And you do that purpose.
And one thing we felt is sometimes too much socialization in the office affect the productivity. That's one thing I managed to keep off completely.
Okay, interesting.
It worked very well for me because then you carried that authority.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one change. But as you said, there needs to be kind of a balance because I'm a kind of a believer at work you do need your allies maybe and your friends who you can talk to or just to get there. But again, it's a very fine line balance, especially when you're in leadership and management positions. So just kind of to wind it up, if you look back to your working life, do you have anything you wish you could have done better if you went back in time, or do you have just anything you could have improved on?
One thing I wish I belong to this generation is that patience of sticking to one job. Yes, I was promoted every 2 years. I got offers for even better jobs. But I felt duty bound to work for this employer. I think that's something one needs to balance. It's like you felt insecure.
To move somewhere.
Am I going to start proving myself after somebody has appreciated me for all these years? I think one needs to be really strong, firm, and take risk. As I didn't take any risk.
So you wish you took a bit.
Yeah, I think that when I look back, I think, sometimes, because I know I lost quite a number of opportunities. And being head hunted,
And you're
not
like,
even, yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's really, really interesting because I think our age, our time this time is like we always say maximum of 3 to 5 years at a place, and then unless it's your own organization where you, of course, you're bound to it and you want it to grow. But I mean, I don't think I know anyone my age who stayed at an organization more than 10, 12 years at most. But I mean, there's pluses and there's pros and cons to it. So the last one for me, do you have any advice for, I know you always advise me and you always give me good advice, but just for my audiences, the viewers, you know, they're currently, audiences are coming into the workplace, do you have any advice for them? Because you've been so successful in doing what you've done and in your career, and even after your career, you're still 71, looking great, working, retired, and have a consultancy. Any advice?
One thing I would tell the young professionals, when you decide on your career path, try to improve.
Yeah.
Don't be stagnant in your career.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we look at the money aspect.
Yeah.
If you're working for an organization that offers training, reading, go for it.
Yeah, that's helping you to grow.
Helping you to grow. That's one thing you remember. At least I left that organization with these skills.
Yeah,
I remember the company I worked for, Lille, the Sun Alliance, used to be called the training of CEOs in the industry.
And you became a CEO?
Because I'm telling you, the training was good.
Yeah.
I became an international chartered insurer when I was expecting my fifth born.
Oh, wow.
I did the exam when I was 6 months pregnant, and I passed with a distinction.
Awesome.
So we never gave up reading. And even today, I still keep on doing the subscription to become that international insurer professional.
Okay.
So my advice, if there's training, skills offered, go for them. That's one thing. You keep learning, you don't stop learning. But with the young generation, allow me, they feel what they have learned is enough. You never stop learning.
Not me.
Even today, I'll call insurer and they tell me, Miss Githaiga, surely, what are we to explain to you? Like recently, I was doing a medical cover business, and there's this clause that came up, COVID declaration form. And I asked them, I have never dealt with COVID. What is COVID declaration form? They explained everything. I asked them, do you pay the additional premium? What are the limits? I learned so much, and they said, we are impressed. You are just a consultant. Why do you want to understand these things? I said, it's very important. When people are talking, I know what is going on. Yeah. So whether you are the CEO, you own a company, there's still room to learn.
Awesome.
And it helps a lot.
I love that, because I guess that's where I got the motto. Like, you never ever stop learning.
Yeah, you never stop. Even today at 71.
You're still learning.
Oh, like recently there was this ship that was actually, you remember the Suez Canal ship? I was so interested to learn the outcome of it. This is marine insurance. There's a lot of law that was being applied in case they were not able to salvage it. To me, it was so interesting that I was following the news every day.
Awesome.
Not that I was a party to that claim, but I learned a lot.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
And I think as I was saying, I think I see you learning a lot in terms of technology, catching up with Zoom meetings, Telegram, Instagram, Facebook. So keep learning. You're really, that was really good. Thank you so much for coming to the show. I think your experience, the conversation has really been great. Thank you for the lessons. To me, I think the times were different, but a lot of similarities that you talked about. And if we continue going like that, we hopefully one day will be CEOs and be, great people like yourself. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mommy.
And wish you luck.
Thank you. Bye. That was a great conversation with the real OG, the Queen Mother. I had a lot of takeaways from that. Like, there's a lot of things that are different, but a lot of things that are similar. I think one of the biggest things for me that she said, an advice to us guys in our generation, is to keep learning, like, and always learn and never stop learning. You stop learning the day you die, I always say, and that's actually one of my mottos. So just keep learning, keep growing. I liked how she doesn't like meetings. Clearly, I don't like meetings as well. Just make sure, like, you know, meetings are very concise and clear, and there's like super clear agendas. I like that was something that was in the past that we've kind of lost right now. So yeah, I hope you liked the episode. Please like, please share. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, thanks for listening.